Kris, nag-update sa kanyang kalusugan. Ibinunyag na may bagong TV show. Nag-update ang Queen of All Media, Kris Aquino, hinggil sa pinagdadaan ng kalusugan ng kanyang katawan. Sa kanyang social media account na may caption na My Story, My Life, My New Reality, at hashtags na bawal sumuko, tuloy ang laban at love love love, ibinida ni Kris ang isang good news na siya ay cancer-free pagkatapos ng ilang araw na pag-alala sa kahihinatnan ng resulta ng isinagawang test sa kanyang katawan. Inamin din ni Kris na napikon siya sa doctor boyfriend sapagkat nalaman niyang alam na nito ang pinangangambahang resulta ng test, subalit hindi kaagad sinabi sa kanya. Ayon kay Kris, ang tatlong nakamamatay na autoimmune conditions ang lubhang ikinakatakot niya sa kasalukuyan sapagkat pwede umanong masira ang kanyang vital organs at pwede siyang ma-stroke or aneurysm or cardiac arrest. Ibinunyag din ni Kris na lubha siyang pinahihirapan ng kanyang lupus arthritis flare sapagkat sagad hanggang buto umano ang sakit at hirap siyang maglakad sa ngayon. Gayon din, ayon pa kay Kris, mahina ang kanyang immune system at madali siyang mahawa ng ubo at hindi rin siya umano pwedeng maarawan sapagkat lalala ang kanyang lupus at scleroderma. Subalit muling ipinangako ni Kris na hindi siya susukol sa laban at ibinunyag na mayroon siyang TB comeback bago matapos ang taong 2024. Makikita umano sa kanyang TB comeback ang kanyang present-day journey. I have been quiet because the truth was hard to accept. This is my new reality. First, my sincere admiration for everyone I encountered in St. Luke's Global. The fact that the fake news about me planning an outdoor wedding came out while I was confined proved how much my privacy was respected. Gusto kong manggaling sa akin para alam nyo how much I value your concern and prayers. I had many tests done, including a PET scan. Yes, the test normally done to rule out cancer. In my case, after my exhausting chest CT scan, as well as a scan below my eyes, my nose and upper cheeks, to check on my breathing and sinus passages because of the constant headaches and never-ending runny nose. It was devastating. After my PET scan, I was knocked out. Bagsak from my jet lag and sedation. I could sense something was wrong because my team of doctors didn't do their normal rounds. The next day, my gastroenterologist had no choice but to tell me because I needed to start my purge for my endoscopy and colonoscopy. The abdominal area, specifically my colon area, lit up. I'm normally very brave, but I broke down after my doctor left. My nurse and the SLMC nurse saw me and said they had never seen me so sad. My mom's oncologist had come in, and it felt surreal. To refresh her memory, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer 16 in March of 2008, but colon cancer was her primary. My mom's mom, my Lola Ma, also had colon cancer. I shared the same blood type as my Lola Ma and my mom. Kuya Josh and Bim also have the same blood type. Ang hirap to message my sisters with my news. All 5 of us share the same blood type as our mom. Hardest was to tell Bim. Tulog siya in a small sofa. He woke up when my pulmonologist, she was also my mom's and my brother's, was explaining that I was definitely free from tuberculosis, an early flare, but there was numerous dots possibly scarring in my right lung, most likely from my being a COVID long hauler from late June 2024 up to August 2024, and from my EGPA, my third of 5 diagnosed autoimmune disorders. When Dr. Divinagracia left, I was in tears explaining to Bim what could happen. Ang hirap to see my 17-year-old doing his best to stay strong. He said, "Mama, until they do the biopsy, let's trust God that you're cancer-free. Lola will make sure you'll get through this, and if ever, Mama is early detection." He even jokes, "I don't think Tito Noy is excited to have a reunion with you this soon because he's enjoying the peace and quiet in heaven. You do know how you can talk non-stop?" It was such a yucky concoction. Pocari, Gatorade, Sherlock's, followed by castor oil. I needed to finish everything by 10 p.m. Nothing by mouth, only my IV drip to prevent dehydration. My veins are notoriously difficult to get a line in. Dr. Janelle, my anesthesiologist, had gone home because I would be brought down before 6 a.m. Because he's already so familiar with my vasculitis, Dr. Mike, a surgeon, is only one of 3 who can get a line in me. He came straight from surgery to put in my line. He kept telling me not to worry, he'd be there. That's when I found out he knew the previous evening the PET scan reading. Napikon ako, why didn't he tell me? He said I needed my sleep, and by telling me, he knew my anxiety would prevent me from sleeping. I still insisted I deserved to know. You must now have figured out who Dr. Mike is in my life. This was the first face I saw when the anesthesia was wearing off. He said, "Looks good, but you need to wait for Dr. Laya's assessment." It was 2 days later when he said, "Did I know I was talking in my sleep?" I said, "Tulog nga, diba?" Dr. Mike and Nurse L couldn't help but laugh because I was mumbling, "I want a new pink Chanel bag." Sabi niya, "Naka-anesthesia ka, pink Chanel pa rin ang nasa subconscious mo." I confirmed his story with my nurse and she said, "True po, ma'am." Okay, guilty as charged. Can't deny. That's so me. Bim arrived but fell asleep when he saw I was awake. Late afternoon, when I was wide awake, Dr. Janelle was smiling and he said, "You are cancer-free. Clear intestines, no visible sign of cancer." Thank you. I know you've been praying, but I didn't reveal what else specifically you were praying for. But God is listening, even when we're not specific, because He sees what's in our hearts. This is my not so good news. I now have 5, possibly 6 autoimmune conditions. But the scary part is that 3 of the diagnosed ones are life-threatening. In other words, pwedeng ma-damage my vital organs or my blood vessels, specifically my artery, connecting my lungs to my heart, to the extent na I can die immediately from a stroke or aneurysm or cardiac arrest. The 3 autoimmune conditions are Church-Strauss, now known as EGPA, a rare form of vasculitis, systemic sclerosis or scleroderma, and lupus or SLE. Systemic lupus erythematosus. Thank you, Dr. Nick, my cardiologist, for saying my heart is in good shape. But I am hypertensive. Usually, my diastolic and heart rate are very elevated. Praying is not because of pulmonary hypertension. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to all steroids, all NSAIDs, including paracetamol. I can take 500 milligram total over 24 hours, but through IV and after 100 milligram of the panhydramine, also via injectable. I react quickly with oral medicine. When you have autoimmune, these are the last two lines of defense. My pain tolerance is pretty badass, but I am now suffering from a lupus arthritis flare. Deep bone pain. I have a very good pain management doctor, Dr. Rainier, but he has very limited options. I'm still adjusting to the weather. The rain especially triggers my flare. My nurses feel my room is like a cold storage facility, but my inflammation causes my body to always feel hot, like I have a perpetual fever. I promise the truth. My knees are so badly affected by the arthritis flare. Maraming mga bukol jutting out. Because eating is a struggle, effect of scleroderma and my methotrexate, a mild form of injectable chemotherapy given once a week that has affected my taste buds. My weight fluctuates from 84 to 90 pounds. My calves, mga binti, look like toothpicks. Hirap ako to walk without assistance. I'll start my physical rehabilitation therapy in a few days, but I need to do so with a walker. Everyone living with us who goes out need to shower, wear a mask in my presence, and guests need to be freshly showered and not come from any other place. That's because my immunity is zero. Ang ubo for me can easily be pneumonia and ICU confinement. Strict rule, no direct, even indirect sun exposure, or my lupus flares will be triggered as well as my scleroderma. I promise myself, bawal sumuko. I need a goal, something for all of us to look forward to. Hashtag tuloy ang laban. Para hindi kayo magsawang magdasal. Sabi nyo, you miss watching me. I want to thank my former ABS-CBN bosses for allowing Jasmine and Darla to work with me on a show which will launch before 2024 ends. Secret muna yung concept, but you will get to see my present-day journey and as much as possible, the reality of Kris, Bim, and my through the years best friends, my extended family, and definitely my team of doctors who are now among my most trusted friends. Apologies, but until my groom and I exchanged vows in that very small wedding, but surely not held outdoors, I'm choosing to keep my relationship private. Ibalato nyo na sa akin yun. Invited naman kayong lahat if and when sa kasal. Maaalalang nitong September, bumalik sa Pilipinas si Kris at ang dalawang anak pagkatapos magpagamot ng ilang taon sa Amerika. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell para ma-update kayo sa sunod na showbiz news.